The BMW i3's interior is over 10 years old, but it's still unmatched by any small car in any way. And by most cars in a lot of ways. And by all cars in some ways. This revolutionary electric four-seater not only introduced a totally new engineering concept for the body and the drivetrain, it also sparked a radical shift in interior design. This is not just a small car that is exceptionally bright and spacious inside. It's how the minimalist lines, together with the layered design and the distinctive textures of the unique materials, make the cabin an icon of modern luxury design. It is the carefully selected materials and elegant color combinations that make it stand out. It is the fact that its cabin resembles a living room like very few car interiors do. And no other in its category, even after more than 10 years. So how did this thing become so extraordinary? Make no mistake, BMW gave it everything they could. The i project started in 2008, a good 5 years before the i3 was launched. It was the first BMW that was designed as an electric car from the ground up. The groundbreaking innovation was the introduction of the modular architecture. It was a rather straightforward concept built around the aluminum drive module containing the battery, the suspension and the drivetrain, and the carbon fiber life module for the passengers. Yes, I said carbon fiber. The i3 cabin is built from the same material Formula One cars are made of. Sure, the light and high-strength carbon fiber boosts safety and agility just like in car racing, but they opted for this exotic construction mainly to keep the weight as low as possible, given battery capacity was prohibitively expensive in the early days of EVs. Carbon fiber not only has a fraction of the weight of steel and saves a third compared to aluminium, it is also exceptionally stiff. And while superb body stiffness boosts crash protection and torsional rigidity, in the case of the i3 it also lays the ground for one of the main qualities of the cabin, the remarkably roomy feel. The whole interior design builds on the notion of offering more space than one would expect from a small car of only 4 meters in length. Carbon fiber makes a door concept without a B-pillar possible, instantly removing the most obtrusive element to create one uninterrupted space. Notice the flat floor and the slim, slightly higher positioned seats, and you will understand why the room inside the i3 seems so generous. So the spacious construction is made possible because of the high-strength carbon passenger cell. But at least as importantly, it helps reduce the weight to less than 1.3 tons, which is unheard of for an electric car of this size even today. The stunning new Renault 5 electric is around 200 kilograms heavier, despite being considerably shorter and much less roomy inside. But the exotic architecture only lays the essential groundwork. It is up to the design, the trim and the colors to complete the job to make the i3 cabin a living legend of modern luxury design. On the face of it, modern luxury is nothing else but modern design with a focus on high-quality materials, refined details and a sense of understated elegance. If modern is about minimalism, modern luxury is curated minimalism. It adds high-quality materials and characteristic textures while maintaining a clean and functional contemporary aesthetic. And now, let's have a look at the 4 key characteristics of this style and how the interior of the i3 excels in all of them. Minimalism and clean lines. Although the dashboard is quite complex and certainly rich in details, it could be drawn with just 2 continuous lines. One for the superbly elegant curved trim surface connecting the outer air vents on both sides of the cockpit. This bold element softly dips behind the steering column to gracefully re-emerge and reach its full height above the glove compartment. The other line is for the equally refined contour trim joining together all 3 air vent modules and softly embracing the curved element. Its continuous flow is only interrupted in front of the steering wheel, letting in the grey, undefined surface of the instrument panel surround. This creates a fine cohesion between the large homogeneous volume behind the dashboard and the finely sculpted minimalist structure defined by the 2 characteristic lines. These distinctive elements totally rule the instrument panel design. The layered structure spans over 3 levels and each adopts different colors and materials depending on the selected trim. The freestanding arrangement and positioning of the small freestanding instrument display and 10-inch central screen further emphasize the heavily 3-dimensional design of the cockpit. Just have a look at the flat control surface in the middle of the bottom instrument panel layer, and you will see the effort BMW interior designers put into this cabin. The black element housing the controls for audio and air conditioning is not fully integrated into the knee blocker as it would seem at first. It is freestanding with the sides and upper part not attached to the surrounding trim, and it is slightly tilted towards the driver in classic BMW manner. This is a degree of aesthetic complexity and attention to detail that is absolutely unparalleled even in cars multiple segments above the i3. High quality materials. After the simple but funky lines and the layered 3D structure of the dashboard set the scene for the modern and airy cabin, the materials elevate the design to the next level. Modern luxury is as much about fine materials and luxurious fabrics as it is about shapes. And the BMW i3 simply throws the rulebook out of the window when it comes to high-quality materials. BMW hasn't just aimed for a premium feel, they have gone full-on eco-chic, blending luxury with a powerful commitment to sustainability. Take the main volumes of the interior, the instrument panel surround and the door trim panels for example. They are created from Kenaf plant fibers. This plant-based plastic substitute is up to 30% lighter than conventional materials, helping to keep the i3 super nimble. Plus, it's got this unique, almost felt-like texture that's both visually striking and lovely to touch. Then there's the eucalyptus wood of that wonderfully curved central trim element, also not your average tree. It's naturally resistant to moisture, needs less surface processing, and no harsh chemicals. The result? A silky texture and natural pore structure that just screams quality. BMW has truly gone the extra mile to ensure that the i3's interior isn't just luxurious, it's a testament to responsible design. The i3 features sustainable fabrics made from almost 100% recycled polyester with a whopping 34% sourced from recycled PET bottles. They literally take plastic bottles, melt them down, and turn them into stylish and highly durable seat covers. Even the plastics used inside have a conscience, with 25% being replaced with recycled or renewable raw materials. Neutral color palettes. When it comes to modern luxury, neutral tones are the bedrock, creating an atmosphere of calm and understated sophistication. And the BMW i3's interior design lines absolutely nail this, offering 4 distinct trim levels, each with its own carefully curated color story. First up, we have the Atelier trim, the foundation of the i3 experience. Here, it's all about a gentle contrast of dark interior trim and a smart grey cloth combination. You will spot cool individual blue accents popping up, a subtle nod to the car's electric heart. The matte grey surface of the instrument panel keeps things clean and minimalist. It's a space that feels modern and uncluttered right from the get-go. The loft design goes for a purist aesthetic with a light grey tone washing over the seats, dashboard and side panels. The seats get a stylish cloth Sensatec combo in grey with brown accent. That light palette really amplifies the feeling of brightness and spaciousness inside. BMW is most proud of the lodge design, perhaps because this is where the high quality meets peak sustainability philosophy applies the most. The dominant hues are light grey, beautifully complemented by the light brown of the leather surfaces. But it's the materials that truly shine here. That gorgeous trim strip in eucalyptus wood, a climate-active wool fabric that feels as good as it sounds, and leather surfaces with a deliberately coarse grain for the seats and armrest, contrasted by an extremely fine structure for the instrument panel. It's a tactile and visually rich environment that feels both luxurious and grounded. By the way, make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss my upcoming ASMR video exploring the different materials and textures of the lodge interior. Finally, there is the conservative choice called Suite. Here, the entire cabin is treated in dark brown leather, blanketing the seats, center console and door armrests. This rich, natural tone even extends to the leather adorning the instrument panel. But the luxury doesn't stop here. It is nicely offset by the eucalyptus wood trim strip and the sophisticated satin silver accent ring on the leather steering wheel. Emphasis on texture. But modern luxury isn't just about what you see, it's also about what you feel. And the BMW i3 absolutely delights with its thoughtful emphasis on texture, adding a crucial layer of depth and warmth to its modern aesthetic. The designers have masterfully blended smooth and textured surfaces to create an interior that's not just visually appealing, but also a genuine tactile experience. Take that open port finish of the eucalyptus wood trim. It's not just smooth, you can actually feel the grain of the wood. It creates this wonderful, natural and inviting sensation that really connects you with the material. Then we have those amazing canaf blend fibers on the instrument panel and door trim. Remember that subtly blended surface? It has this incredible unique texture, almost like felt. It's a distinctive touch that sets the i3 apart and feels surprisingly premium. Even the leather plays a textural role, with different grains used across the various trim levels. For instance, in the Lodge design, you get a coarse-grained leather on the seats and armrests, offering a more rugged, natural feel, while the instrument panel features an extremely fine leather structure, providing a smoother, more refined touch. This variation in texture adds another dimension to the cabin's sensory appeal. And let's not forget the wool fabric in the Lodge trim. It introduces a completely different texture, soft, natural, and offering that comforting, tactile quality that only wool can provide. All in all, this deliberate combination of textures, the smooth wood and leather, the almost felt-like canaf, and the cozy wool, elevates the i3's interior beyond mere visual aesthetics. It creates a truly sensory and luxurious experience, engaging your sense of touch just as much as your sight. Now, if you are as intrigued by the sensory details of this remarkable space as I am, you probably won't want to miss my next video. So subscribe, because I'll soon be releasing a special ASMR video where we will be intimately exploring the unique materials, luxurious surfaces and fascinating textures of the BMW i3 Lodge interior. I hope you can now see why I believe this is the best small car interior the world has ever seen. Let me know your thoughts below and watch what comes next for BMW interiors, or why the Mercedes S-Class has a rather big problem inside.